Hello and welcome to the Texas Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us this evening. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or leave a question for all of our institutions to provide an answer for you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening for Texas students, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is also being recorded, as are all presentations as a part of the Texas Virtual College Fair. You will be able to find this recording and all those others within about a week's time. To sign up for more and or to watch more recordings, please head to strivescan.com/Texas. And I'm excited tonight to welcome our schools. Today we'll be hearing from St. Mary's University, Texas Southmost College, the University of Texas at San Antonio, Trinity University, the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, and the University of the Incarnate Word. And I'd like to turn it over to St. Mary's University as our first school tonight.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. So we're going to get started real quick. Hi guys, my name is Michael Rubo. I am an admission counselor from St. Mary's University, along here with my colleague, Julieta Sanchez, who you'll see down at the bottom there. So we are going to get started real quick. So like I said, this is St. Mary's University. All right. Everybody see the screen? Are we having trouble? Okay, good.
We can definitely see the screen. It just hasn't gone full screen yet for the full presentation mode if you're trying to do that.
How about now?
Looks good.
All right. All right, almost 6 months on Zoom and we're still learning things every day, right? All right, so like I said, this is St. Mary's University. We are located in San Antonio, Texas, right here. And we are at the quick bit of information about us. We are a 4-year private Catholic and Marianist liberal arts institution, like I said, located in San Antonio. It's a bit of a mouthful, so I'll break that down a little bit. A 4-year private school just refers to the fact that we are a little bit smaller, a little bit more interpersonal relationships. St. Mary's only has 3,500 total students, 2,300 of those are undergrads, so it's probably about the same size as most of your high schools. Catholic and Marianist refers to the fact that we are a faith-based institution. There are hundreds of Catholic universities in the United States, and only 3 of them are Marianist specific, St. Mary's being one of those. Basically what that means is that we are focused on the core tenets of a Marianist education, those being, educating for adaptation and change, educating for in the family spirit, and another one that I like to point out is educating for social justice, and which we'll get into a little bit more a little bit later. We are the first Catholic university in Texas and the southwestern United States, founded in 1852, so we are very old as well. A little bit more about us on a surface level. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio with an average class size of 16. So like I said, very small. And if you're looking for that in-depth, personalized attention from your professors, this is definitely the place to do it. 94% of those professors hold a terminal degree, meaning they have the most amount of education possible in their field. So whether that's a PhD or a law degree or anything like that. The other remaining 6% will have industry experience. So you'll learn in our business school from CEOs of major businesses, criminal justice classes taught by former law enforcement professionals and people of the like. We are an NCAA Division II school with 11 teams. And our newest one that we had just added this year, started competing, is our esports team. So we actually do host competitive video gaming here at St. Mary's University on campus. And our team finished this year at a pretty respectable 500. It was the first season they ever competed. So really excited about that. Division II means that you can receive athletic scholarship to attend St. Mary's University. And we'll definitely give you some contact information for those coaches. We are 58% female, 42% male, pretty standard among institutions of higher education. And we do have 13 residence halls on campus. So for those of you in Texas that are not currently in San Antonio, we will require you to live on campus the first 2 years you attend St. Mary's. And you have 13 options for residence halls to do so. And Julie, if you want to jump in and talk a little bit more about the academic programs we have. Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that. I was trying to connect to the sound. Yeah, definitely. So we're split up into 3 different academic schools. So as you can see there, the variety of majors that we have. A lot of our students also like to double major. Some of them like to minor in different concentrations as well. We have teacher certifications for some of our degrees, as well as combined degree programs, which allowed you to pursue your bachelor's and your master's in a total of 5 years with us.
Great. And so we have the 3 major schools here, like we mentioned, the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, which will be, your political science, criminal justice, those ones that you'll see there. The Griehe School of Business, which is our AACSB accredited business school, which is just a fancy alphabet soup way of saying that it's as good as a business school can get. It's in the top 7% of business schools in the country, in the world, I should say. And then our School of Science, Engineering, and Technology, where you find your pre-med, engineering, life sciences and such. And if you go to one of those schools, you end up with these kinds of outcomes. So the ones I love to point out, there's ones that really don't need any introduction, like Google and Facebook, Coca-Cola, Tesla, all those companies that we have good relationships with and will hire St. Mary's students pretty regularly. You like to drill down into some of the ones here, Union Pacific, Valero, those ones that are located, Santikos, those ones that are located here in San Antonio, which will recruit directly in. So whether you, enjoy living in San Antonio and you want to stick around, or if you want to, get recruited to a company that's right here in town, for the name I'm forgetting is some of the banks that we have here, such as, USAA and those kinds that are, recruiting directly from our students. And then you'll see the other universities on here. For example, they're really good places for graduate school. Everyone knows the UT system, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Johns Hopkins, which is the number 2 ranked medical school in the United States, another option, as well as all the other schools here in San Antonio. And then to get into the application, we'll get a little bit more detail here. So we are located on the Coalition for College Access, Apply Texas, and we are located on our own St. Mary's University website, as you'll see here. We are not requiring test scores for the 2022 cycle, or we are currently not requiring test scores as well. So if you do wish to apply with the test score, you'll see on the left-hand side here, all we need is that online application that I mentioned. Your official high school transcript, or the unofficial one, works as well for admission purposes. For admission purposes. And then your SAT or ACT test score. Now, if you're applying without the test score, just do the exact same thing, but don't add the standardized test score. And that's about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much to both of you for sharing more with us about St. Mary's University. I'm happy now to hand it over to Texas Southmost College.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Marco, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So unfortunately, I don't have a presentation ready for everyone. This is my first 6x6 type of presentation like this, but I hope this opens up the possibility for having a more heart-to-heart type of conversation. So my name is Marco Martinez. I work for the Office of Student Recruitment at Texas Southmost College. We're located in Brownsville, Texas. So if you're living in the Rio Grande Valley or in South Texas, anywhere in the state of Texas, really, we would be thrilled to have you join our campus, join our school. We have a really easy application process. The application is located on Apply Texas. It takes less than 10 minutes. We don't require any essays, any sort of additional information like that. For our admissions purposes, we don't require any standardized test scores such as ACT or ACT. All we require are TSI exams. So for those of you who maybe are doing still remote learning or are having trouble booking ACT, SAT tests, this is a perfect opportunity for you. This is a great chance for you to stay local, save some money. If you're worried about dipping your feet into remote learning or dipping your feet into college through remote learning, as a community college, we're a 2-year college. This is a great opportunity for you to stay local, save some money, get college credits. So about the programs that we offer. We do offer over 50 programs, 50 degree plans, a combination of associate's degrees, which are 2-year degrees, and certificate programs, which are typically 1 year, could be a little bit less though. We have everything from general studies, criminal justice. We have medical programs like nursing, licensed vocational nursing, respiratory care. Everything that you might need to be successful is something that we offer here at Texas Southmost College. If you're looking for something faster, something where you just want to start work, we do offer workforce programs as well. We do have a criminal justice institute, which is hoping to get people peace officer certified, which is for them to immediately start working as a police officer once they pass those tests that they need to pass. And we also offer welding, different construction programs like pipe fitting. We truly have all the tools for you to be successful here at Texas Southmost College and for you to stay local, save some money. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but all of our degree plans are transferable, fully transferable. So like I said, this is a great opportunity for you to stay local and then maybe branch out to some other schools that you see here like St. Mary's or UTSA, UTRGV. This is truly a great stepping stone, a great opportunity for you to take that next step. I'm sorry, I know that wasn't 6 minutes, but that's just about what I got.
Great. Thank you so much, Marco, for sharing more with everyone about Texas Southmost. I just want to also give a reminder to all of our, to let our attendees know that our presenters will also be sharing some contact information with you, links to websites. So you'll be able to copy that and get more information too from their, from that information as well. So thank you so much, Marco, for sharing Texas Southmost. And now we're going to hear from the University of Texas at San Antonio.
Alrighty, so my name is Destiny Jones and I am an admissions counselor for the University of Texas at San Antonio, and I'm happy to be here to provide some information for you guys. And so I know I'm having some audio problems, so if you see me like holding up my mic, just to make sure that you guys can hear me. And so we are located in San Antonio, Texas, which is the second largest city in the state of Texas. And one thing that I really love about San Antonio is that although it's a large metropolitan city, it still has a small town feel and a small town heart. And all of that bleeds over into the UTSA community as well. We are made up of 4 different locations. We have our main campus, which is on the north side of San Antonio, not too far from Fiesta, Texas. We have our downtown campus located in the heart of San Antonio. We have our Park West, which is our athletic facilities, and it's adjacent to the main campus. And then we have Hemisphere Park, which is home to the Institute of Texan Culture, which is a museum that students have free access to. For our housing opportunities, we have 6 different housing locations that students can stay in. They vary between a traditional dorm style all the way up to a full apartment style. And currently it is not required for our freshman students to live on campus, but we do highly recommend that students stay on campus with us. We offer over 160 different degree programs across 8 different colleges, and that varies from anything with health, kinesiology, maybe you want to study criminal justice or architecture, cybersecurity, or cyber intelligence. We offer a wide variety of degrees for you to pursue, and I encourage our students to visit our Future Run website and click majors at the top, and you can get more in-depth information about those majors. If you are interested in the health-related profession, we can assist you with that. Although we don't have like a medical school on our campus, we do have our health professions office, which will guide students from UTSA into the health-related schools that they're interested in. They'll also help students with some of our joint admissions program for medical school, dental, nursing, and respiratory care. If you are interested in engineering, we provide 6 different degree options, but within those degrees, there are a number of different concentrations and certificates that you can earn that will assist you in your future careers. We are nationally ranked for producing the highest number of Hispanic engineers, and we're also #1 in the nation for awarding overall degrees to Hispanic students. Now, when it comes to the application process, We do offer guaranteed general admissions. So if you're in the top 25% of your class, you will be automatically accepted into UTSA. If you're in the second 25% of your class with an 1170 or a 24, we'll also provide you with automatic admissions. We have waived the SAT and ACT test requirement through the summer of 2023. So that means if you are a current senior and you're looking to apply, you can apply without those test scores. Also, if you're a current junior and you're expecting to apply for the fall of 2022, we will not require those test scores. If you fall below the second 25%, or if you do not plan on submitting your test scores, you'll automatically go into our committee review process. This just means we're going to look at you holistically. So we want to look at you in your entirety, not only as a student, but also just as a person as well. To apply, we are on Apply Texas and Common App. We have a $70 application fee, and we do also accept fee waiver documentation. We'll also need your high school transcripts and your test scores if you have them. But remember, we have waived the SAT and ACT test requirement until the summer of 2023. We will accept dual credit transcripts, and then the essay and letters of recommendation are not required, but we do highly recommend them. When it comes to affordability and cost, we always like to include our cost of attendance. If you see the number on your screen, for a full year, both fall and spring semester, we estimate a little over $26,000. And like I said, that's for both the fall and spring semester. We like to include that number because one, we want to give you a heads up, and then two, we use that total number to build your financial aid package. To help cover the cost for your tuition and fees and for your cost of attendance, we have our Scholarship Hub. The Scholarship Hub will host all the different scholarship and grant opportunities for you to apply to help get all of that free money to cover your cost. One of those opportunities being Bold Promise. Bold Promise is our promise to you that if you meet the requirements, we will cover your tuition and fees for the 4 years that you attend UTSA. So you have to be a Texas resident. Your family income can't be any more than $50,500. You have to have your FAFSA or TASFA and your application submitted to us by January 15th. And you have to be ranked in the top 25% of your graduating class. We provide a lot of virtual events for students to get to know us, for us to provide more information for you. So you definitely want to visit our Future Roadrunner website. It'll house all the information that I talked about. It'll also house the different ways for you to register for those events. You can always connect with us via social media, or you can reach out to your admissions counselor at future.utsa.edu/contact. Just click on your specific area on the Texas map, and then you'll be able to drop a message for your counselor. And so I know that was quick and furious, but definitely leave us questions in the chat or reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Destiny, so much for sharing with us about UTSA. And hope that our students have enjoyed everything that we've heard so far from our first 3 schools. So I just wanted to take this moment at the halfway point to remind our students and parents, guests, all of our attendees that the Q&A box is open for you to drop your questions in. You can ask a question again to a specific school that has presented or is to come. You can also ask a question for all of our schools to weigh in on a certain program they may have in or out of the classroom. So we hope that you'll all take advantage of it. I'm really excited to introduce our next school, which is Trinity University.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see that. Okay. So hi, my name is Elena Wilson. I'm one of the admissions counselor and the coordinator for athletic recruitment at Trinity. Also a proud Trinity alumna. And really what I wanted to do today was highlight our 5 big distinctions. So I'll go pretty quick here, but at the end I'll put in my contact information. Would love for you to reach out to me. So Trinity is a smaller private liberal arts and sciences institution in San Antonio. Destiny did a wonderful job talking all about San Antonio, so I will probably skirt over that slide. But more about our size here. We're about 2,500 undergraduates. We truly are undergraduate focused. You are not going to be taught by a teacher's assistant, a graduate student. It's only you're about your 15, 20 person class and the PhD in the room, which is great for cultivating engaging discussions in the classroom, kind of roundtable style, as well as also just forging great connections, personal connections with your professors. And one of my fondest memories, I would say, is my Chinese professor. At the end of every semester, she would invite us over to her house and teach us how to cook a new Chinese dish just to celebrate getting through the semester. And I'm very confident that was not on her job description, but a beautiful kind of example of how Trinity professors are always going above and beyond. They've been ranked #6 in the nation and #1 in Texas, specifically for collaborating with students and helping them with research. Our second big distinction is what I like to call the Trinity twist. That's our flexible liberal arts and sciences curriculum. When you apply to Trinity, you're applying to the university as a whole. We're not boxing you in from day one. You actually have up until the end of your sophomore year to buffet style across the curriculum, take what sounds interesting to you, and then declare your major or majors. About a third of our students will double major. And from that, we see some really fun combinations like neuroscience and music, or art and philosophy. So it's really just what you make of it. What's the twist here is that, yes, we have a strong liberal arts foundation, but we also have 5 strong pre-professional programs. Fully accredited school of business. Our engineering program is number 33 in the country. You're not going to see that combination of programs at a lot of liberal arts schools. Third, our resources, and actually this should be updated. Our VP of Enrollment Management told me the other day, it's now a $1.5 billion endowment. And when I was a student, I couldn't quite wrap my mind around that, other than I loved my experience. I had my research fully funded abroad. I had a paid internship with the Spurs, all these things I thought were normal until now I'm on the other side of the desk and see, okay, that's unique to Trinity. This money is really funneled directly to the 2,500 undergraduates that we have. First and foremost, it's going to our generous awarding of both merit scholarship and need-based financial aid. Why we're number 2 in the country for awarding aid, because we don't want to graduate our students with debt. You're going to see those resources going to the residential life on campus. It's a beautiful campus. We'd love for you to come visit. Students live on campus for the first 3 years. That photo in the bottom middle is actually of our luxury apartment complex just right across from campus. Okay, our location, like I said, UTSA did a phenomenal job talking about just how fun it is to be a student in San Antonio. I can't think of a better, more exciting, culturally rich and diverse city to be a student in and learn and grow and eat and explore and play, all these things. So Trinity's really connected to the city. That I think companies around town know the quality of a Trinity alum and a Trinity student. So they're always looking to hire our students, which is really great. Also, a fun fact is the current mayor of San Antonio is a Trinity alum and a notorious late night DJ for our KRTU radio station that's student run broadcast around campus. Okay, certainly not least is going to be our diversity. So we view diversity broadly defined, geographic, for example. Our students are coming from all over the globe. We are by no means recreating your high school experience. You're going to be in a classroom bumping shoulders or standing 6 feet apart from students who have very different upbringings from you. And that only enriches your college experience, your ability to think outside the box and to keep an open mind. All those great things you're going to find at Trinity. Socioeconomic status diversity, religious diversity, political affiliation diversity, you name it, Trinity has it, and that's really exciting. I also did too just want to highlight real quick that Trinity students do have fun. I think there is a stereotype that, okay, they're just a bunch of nerds, they stay in their bubble. That is not true. As a former student athlete at Trinity and very involved in the community service in San Antonio, I can tell you that typical Trinity student, in 3 different organizations, might be in the president of her sorority or interning down at Art Pace, whatever it may be. Their tigers are moving in the city, which is cool. And then quickly, I won't bore you with all the logistics. This is where we can connect offline, but just so you know, no application fee, no supplemental essay, and we are testing at least for the next 3 years. And we'd love to see you apply. No extra scholarships, you can apply and get up to $30,000. So I will stop there hand it over and then I'll add my contact in the chat.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing with us about Trinity. Our next school to present is the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
Okay, hey everybody, my name is Zachary Espinoza and my colleague is Jesus Bitron. He'll be answering any questions you may have throughout the presentation. We're both alumni here at UTRGV, so awesome. So a little bit about UTRGV, where we're located. We're located here in the southern tip of Texas. So southern tip of Texas, a little bit about UTRGV. We're currently 32,500 Buckettle strong, so that's how many students we have at UTRGV. We had a record-breaking new class. We had over around 5,200 new entering freshmen come to UTRGV, so we're a growing institution. We're top 3 best colleges for your money. All right, what does that mean? Best bang for your buck. So you're able to get an awesome education at an affordable price. And I'll go over about price in a bit. Super Hispanic serving institution. That's just a fun way of saying that a big percentage of our students are Hispanic. We're #1 in Texas for lowest average student debt. We have over 75 different undergraduate programs, so that's for your bachelor's. And when it comes to our doctoral and master programs, we have over 120. So UTRGV, we have 2 main campuses, one in Edinburgh, Texas, one in Brownsville, Texas. We offer the same thing when it comes to your core classes. The Edinburgh campus is more like a modern feel to it. It's more fast-paced. And Brownsville is going to be more of a relaxed feel to it. It's real slow. So depending on the student, they're able to choose what classes they, where they want to take their classes in both campuses. It doesn't really matter. We'll even help provide the transportation. So students are able to take classes in the same day in those different locations, even in the same week. It's called Buckettle Express. Buckettle Express is pretty much a fleet of shuttle buses that just transport our students. Each bus has the same facilities. There's air conditioning, which is important for South Texas. There's Wi-Fi, and there's also outlets for students to charge their portable devices, so they're able to do their homework along the way. Like I mentioned, we have over 75 different undergraduate programs. So depending on what you want to study, you're going to fall into a particular college. So I'm going to go over the colleges really quick. We have the Robert C. Valcar College of Business Entrepreneurship. That's your business school here at UTRGV. You'll find these majors over here. We also have the College of Education. That's if you want to be an elementary school teacher. We have the College of Fine Arts. You'll find art, dance, music, performance, and theater. We even have the College of Health Professions. You'll find these majors over here. And I do want to point out, we do have a biomedical studies, which is a good prerequisite if you wanted to go into med school. We have a School of Nursing if you want to be a future nurse, School of Social Work for social workers, College of Liberal Arts, which has a majority of our majors. Key one is probably going to be criminal justice. That's a real popular one here at UTRGV. College of Sciences, we have these majors over here. We do have marine biology. That's pretty cool. College of Engineering, Computer Sciences, 7 different engineering programs with a brand new one in cybersecurity, which is great because everything now is online, everything's on the cloud. Cybersecurity is probably the best way to go. Also, we want our students to succeed here at UTRGV, so we have different student services, like the Learning Assistance Center. That's a tutoring center for UTRGV. There's a tutor in every subject for the student. We have the Writing Center that help them with their writing assignments, academic advising, they'll advise them, tell them what classes you need to take to graduate, career services to help them find a job on campus, to help them build their resume, counseling center, this is mental health support, student health center, which is kind of like the school nurse, and Youth Central. Youth Central is your one-stop shop here at UTRGV when you need to talk to financial aid and registrars. Campus life. So we have over 250 different student organizations on campus, ranging from Greek life, fraternities and sororities, honor societies, interest groups. There's a lot of different clubs on campus. I'm just gonna name a few. We have the Jiu-Jitsu club, we have an anime club, we have a book club, cycling club, a lot of clubs. If there isn't a club that piques the student's interest, you and a group of friends are able to just create one yourself. Campus activities and traditions. We have a lot of different activities on campus. One of the biggest traditions we have is homecoming, which is the burning of the letters. Always different student organizations on campus are always like doing stuff for students, and also like sometimes they'll sell food, which at an affordable price. And when you're a broke college student like I was, free food was also a really good thing. So keep a lookout for that. University Recreation Center, we're able to work out. Campus safety, we're a safe campus here at UTRGV. We're the 3rd most secure campus in Texas, 31st in the nation. Our campus PD is patrolling 24/7. Living on campus, if you're coming from outside the Rio Grande Valley, you're required to live on campus for 1 year. Brownsville, we had the Casa Bella, the apartment style complex. Edinburgh, we had a more traditional style. The annual cost for those is going to be around $3,000 to $6,000. That includes rent, utilities, internet, cable, and laundry. So applying to UTRGV, all you need to do is go to applytexas.org. Right, that's the only way to do it. Complete one essay, just 3 to choose from. Submit an official high school transcript. Also submit any test scores if you have them. We are test optional for the next foreseeable future. So we're not requiring the test scores, but if you have them, send them in. It'll help your chances. There's no application fee. So let's talk about the price. Right now for full-time students, it's $4,458 per semester, with the fall and spring semester being $8,117 for a Texas resident. We do provide guaranteed tuition. Guaranteed tuition means you're locked in for that tuition price your first year for the next 4 years. Flat rate tuition, meaning every additional class after you're registered for a full-time student is free. So if you want to take 15 credit hours, you're paying the same as if you're taking 12 credit hours. We have UTRGV tuition advantage. Pretty much it helps students pay for their tuition if they still got to pay out of pocket after financial aid is awarded to them. Scholarships, if there's any juniors in the audience, we do have scholarships, UTRGV, merit-based scholarships. Those are awarded competitively. Those range from $20,000 to $32,000. We also have departmental scholarships ranging from $250 to $3,000. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat.
Thank you so much, Zach, for sharing the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. We are now approaching our 6th school of the evening, and it will be the University of Incarnate Word.
Hey, thank you all so much for having me. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this PowerPoint up real quick. All right. All right. So thank you all for listening to me. This next couple minutes, we'll be going over University of Incarnate Word. So University of Incarnate Word, or UIW as we call it, we are a private Catholic university located right in the middle of San Antonio. And since this is going to be the 4th school from San Antonio that you've been hearing with, like my previous colleagues, I'm going to go ahead and just say that San Antonio is a great place to come go to school. And we'll go from there. So UIW, we were founded by a group of nuns called the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word. That is where we get our very fun and unique name, who came here to serve the underserved of South Texas and Mexico, as you see, established 1881. They then grew this school to what it is now. We now have over 90 different undergraduate programs offered here at UIW, anything from art to nuclear medicine and a lot of stuff in between, as well as over 20 graduate programs and a number of different medical programs as well for postgraduate success. UIW is the largest Catholic university in the state of Texas. At our main campus, San Antonio, we have about over 5,000 students. But across our entire UIW community, we have about 10,000 students overall. So we are still a fairly medium-sized university in that aspect. And of course, being here in San Antonio, which is our home. But we also have a number of sister schools. So we are partnered with 2 different schools in Mexico, as well as a European Study Center in France that are also part of the UIW system too. For our majors and programs for undergraduate students, we have 6 different schools that house the different majors that we offer. So really quickly, humanities, arts, and social sciences. So this is where our performing arts are, stuff like political science, history, criminal justice, English, and so forth. Our School of Education for our future educators in the world. We offer degrees that allow students to certify from early childhood all the way up to high school, as well as all levels, depending on what type of subject and what type of level our students want to be educators at. Our School of Media and Design, which houses our 3D animation and gaming program, as well as our computer information systems and stuff like graphic design, interior design, and fashion design as well. School of Math, Science, and Engineering. It's pretty straightforward. That's where our math, science, and engineering programs are, especially things like nutrition, meteorology, as well as our mechatronics engineering. And our School of Business Administration. So we have 9 different focuses for our business school, to where a student can get a bachelor's of business administration, and there's 9 different types of concentrations they can choose from. And then finally, our Miller School of Health Professions. This is where our School of Nursing is. We have a major of nursing, kinesiology, community health, nuclear medicine I mentioned earlier, as well as a few other medical programs. For postgraduate, I said we have over 20 different graduate programs, but also we have 5 different health profession schools where students can get doctorates in various medical fields here. So in San Antonio, we have our School of Osteopathic Medicine. So it's our medical school here in San Antonio. We also offer, of course, our nursing school for the master's degrees, as well as the doctor and nurse practitioning. We have our optometry school, physical therapy school, as well as our pharmacy school too. For students who want to get doctorates in any of those areas, they can choose to go forward on that pathway as well. For athletically, UIW is part of NCAA Division I. We compete with over 20 different sports, from football, baseball, basketball, soccer, volleyball, cross country. In total, there's about 23 teams that compete in NCAA Division I competition. And we also offer, of course, club teams and intramural sports as well for our students who are not on the NCAA athletic side, but still want to compete and have fun recreationally as well. We are a member of the Southland Conference, and all of our sports are in session right now as part of the conferences competing for the spring this time. For our campus life, again, they're San Antonio. We've heard a lot about San Antonio so far. So again, great place to come to school. We're located about 5 minutes north of downtown San Antonio. So we have our students who are either living on campus or commuting while they're here on campus have access to the entire city right from our doorstep. Events on campus are always open to our students. We have about 90 different student organizations. Really, this is more like 100 at this point, including Greek life. And students have access to all sorts of campus services as well. One important thing to note is that while we do have a lot of space for our students to live on campus, we do not have a residency requirement. So students, whether they're from here in San Antonio or they're not from San Antonio, but they don't want to live on campus, we do not mandate that you live here on campus. So if you want to live off campus, you are more than welcome to as well. For applying to our school, there's 3 different ways to apply. You can either go to our website and create an account and create your application. You can do it via the Common App, or as well doing it via the Apply Texas. You can scan this real quick and go to the How to Apply video if you want to do that too. For what you need to submit, all we are looking for is your high school transcript. We are not, we are test optional for this year for 21-22. So you do not have to worry about sending in those test scores. If you don't have any or if you haven't taken it, don't worry about that. For going for academic scholarships, so we are, I know this is transfer scholarships, but our actually, hang on, it's down here. Our freshman scholarships, we have access to about 5 different automatic scholarships that are automatically considered for our students. So they range from $5,000 to $20,000, and they're awarded strictly based off of your GPA. Our additional scholarships, so if you have departmental scholarships, there are certain majors that have scholarships, as well as your performing arts. Any students who attend a Catholic high school will also get a Catholic high school scholarship as well. And finally, make sure you get your FAFSAs in. We want to really prioritize that students to submit your FAFSAs and let us know, so that way we can get you the best possible award package. And if there are any questions later on, I will be here, so please feel free to let me know. And thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Joey, for sharing the University of the Incarnate Word with us. We've reached the end of the formal part of our program tonight. So right now I'd like to ask each of our presenters to turn their cameras back on. We'll kind of join in a Brady Bunch style photo. Not sure if the attendees will even know what I'm referring to there. Showing my age. Welcome back, everybody. We have time for a Q&A, so we're going to start that. This is a great time for those attendees to double check the chat and make sure if any of the school's contact info that you want to grab, make sure you've copied that or opened up those links. If there's any last questions to throw in the Q&A, we're all still keeping an eye on that and hope you'll consider that as well. All right, so the question we're going to begin with right now, and we'll go in the same order that you each presented. As the person ahead of you finishes, feel free to just turn off your mic. I won't toss between in this section. It's a little more casual. So the first question is going to be, what is your favorite event or a tradition, something that's special or unique to your campus community? And we can start with St. Mary's.
Awesome. All right. So I think a very unique tradition at St. Mary's University is definitely oyster bake. We've talked a lot about San Antonio today from all these different universities. So those of you will know that we have a fiesta in San Antonio every year, which is basically just a citywide party for a few weeks. And the event that kicks off fiesta is called Oyster Bake, and it actually is a massive concert with about 6 different stages that takes place on St. Mary's campus. It's the way to kick off our fiesta week. And the way that relates to us in admissions is that all the money that the university makes off of Oyster Bake, from charging people for attendance, goes back to student scholarships. So it's a really cool part of our alumni association and our connection to the city.
I'll go ahead and share as well, since that one is one of our bigger events on campus. But when you also think about the smaller traditions around campus, one of my favorite events was definitely on Wednesdays, we gather around the bell tower, which is central to our campus, and we pray the 3 o'clock prayer, which is a Marianist prayer that reminds us to take a moment in the day to just breathe. And especially during the stress of college and everything that's going on, running from point A to point B and preparing for exams, quizzes, tasks, meeting with team members, anything like that, and anybody from professors all the way to staff members and to students. And of course, our Marianist Religious on campus, we all gather together, not just on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, it's like the event of the week, so everybody comes together in person at the bell tower. But we obviously have adapted to do it virtually. And of course, it becomes part of just your everyday life at 3 o'clock, remembering, just taking a moment for yourself, taking a breather and praying to God for your day.
For me, it will have to be kind of like a fairly new official, unofficial tradition. We have a statue of our mascot, Rowdy the Roadrunner, on campus. And since we've got it, everybody that takes their graduation pictures, it's like you have to take one with Rowdy, our statue. So I love seeing, I took both my pictures with Rowdy, and I love seeing as students graduate, like seeing their pictures across social media with Rowdy.
Okay, let me know if I jumped over someone. Marco, or do you want to go?
No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
All right. So at Trinity, we have a lot of traditions. We're 151 years old, and it's a smaller school. Lots of quirky, fun things going on. But my favorite as a student and now as a staff member, hands down, is what we call Christmas on Oakmont. So every winter semester, like the end of fall semester, leading into finals week, the school puts on and it's open to the community. They put on a big Christmas concert for the community in our auditorium, and it's just beautiful. The orchestra, the band, the choirs perform, local San Antonio artists perform, and then afterwards, everyone floods to Oakmont, which is a really nice street behind the campus that has all the department houses, big houses, beautiful houses, and basically the doors are just open to these department houses. Students go in, alumni go in, community members go in, and you're like served hot chocolate or a little special holiday cake or something at each house, and you're served by your professor. So like as you're preparing for the stress of exams that they're about to give you, it's a nice moment to kind of step back, enjoy the holiday season, connect with your professors on a more personal level, get some good food, good music, and good community.
I would say here at Texas Southmost College, probably my favorite tradition that we have every year is we have an event called Welcome Week. I guess not one event, but throughout the entire first week of the semester, it's just a huge party that our Office of Student Life throws to celebrate and welcome those incoming freshman students that maybe just graduated from high school or incoming transfer students. I think it's a great way for them to sort of step their feet into college life. We have like silly little events like Dance for Donuts. We'll give out free donuts if they dance, just little things like that. We have a barbecue. Now, of course, it's a little bit different with everything being virtual, but we have like virtual bingo nights, movie nights where we'll stream movies, just something to get people interactive, communicating. But yeah, huge props to our Office of Student Life for holding events like that.
For UTRGV, I guess my favorite event and tradition it's called UTRGV Madness. It was my favorite one when I was a student. It's pretty much where we introduced the women's and men's basketball team. But before that, it's like a big old party. The pre-madness show is like a glow party. So it's pretty much just like glow paint, lasers, dancing. And then after, I guess after the glow event, the student organizations, they will have a dance off, and then like we'll pick the winner. So it's a good way for students to just have fun, get away from their studies, get free food, especially when you're a broke college student like I was. Free food was always like a gold mine. So it was always a fun place to go, to do.
All right, and then so for UIW, one of the biggest ones, the most important ones that we have is called Light the Way. It is part of our Christmas celebration, where after Thanksgiving, late November, even though for a lot of people Christmas season starts November 1st for some reason. For us, right after Thanksgiving, we hang 1 million Christmas lights all throughout the university. And we hold a ceremony called Light the Way, where the president of the university flips a light switch and they all turn on. And those lights are continuously on from late November all the way up to about late January. They turn on every day about 6 o'clock at night or 6 p.m. And they also twinkle. So they can be seen all throughout the university, as well as they light up all the trees on the main streets of on Broadway, San Antonio too. So when you're driving by, you can see it. And the university is open to the public too. So a lot of people who are not even affiliated with the university are able to drive through the campus as well, or take walks through the campus through the trees that are all lit up too. So that's a really good tradition that we have here that a lot of students like to enjoy too.
Awesome. Thank you all for sharing that. I hope that all of our attendees and everyone watching maybe feels a little inspired to Google it and get to see some pictures or video of these awesome campus events. I love that they all just share a little bit about the spirit and flavor of each campus. Well, everyone, we have reached the end of our time together tonight. So first of all, I just want to thank all of our presenters for sharing not just facts and figures and logistics of admissions and finances, for all of you to learn about their schools, but also just sharing the passion they have for the student experience on each of their campuses, both in and out of the classroom. I hope you all feel, and all of our attendees and those watching later are excited to learn more and won't hesitate to reach out to these representatives, reach out to their schools, check out those websites, and get a lot more information to help you in your college search. When you close your window tonight, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, again, this is just one of many sessions that are being hosted. So we hope you'll sign up for additional sessions to learn more about great programs and also for the panel presentations. In about a week's time, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all session recordings at the same site where you registered and can register for more events, strivescan.com/Texas. So thank you again, everyone, for spending time with us in your day, and good luck on your college search and decision journey. Good night.